Well, welcome everyone. This is John Craig, and you are listening to the Monday morning edition of Let Us Reason Together. So thank you for joining us this morning, and those that are picking us up on the rebroadcast and the archives and all that sort of thing, you want to make sure you stay tuned to this broadcast because we've got a lot of good things we need to talk about. And why? Because we got some hilarious headlines that we're going to be talking about. We've got some shower thoughts that will change your life. Or not. And we've got a tremendous tour portion that we're going to be getting into and studying out. And then you want to stick around because we will follow up with the Craig Report in our uncensored news section. So things that are ahead of us, and we're going to be talking about what is Let Us Reason Together. It is based on Isaiah 118. Come now and let us reason together, says Yahweh. Though your sins are scarlet, they will be as white as snow. Though they are red like crimson, they will be like wool. This is where we sit down and reason out current events, cultural shifts, and of course this week's tour portion. And we can either push back or push through. Nevertheless, if iron does not sharpen iron, sparks will never fly, let alone ever get a fire going. And without a little heat and a good midrash, how will our hearts ever get soft and moldable enough to be transformed in the way that the Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, wants us to be, and maybe have a little fun along the way? And that's what we're going to do today, Monday, August the 2nd. It's the 24th day of the 5th month of Av. We are a countdown time to the month of Elul, which is just around the corner, less than 1 week away now. Today's verse of the day, based on the Brit Hadashah of this week's Torah portion, Ra, is John 6:51. Where Yeshua says, I am the living bread that came down out of heaven. If anyone eats from this bread, he will live forever. And the bread which I will give for the life of the world also is my flesh. What a tremendous promise that is. Right now, I want to bring in and introduce to you all my co-hosts. And so coming now, I guess it's from the great state of North Carolina temporarily. We've got Tammy and Eddie Johnson. Come on in.
Hey, shalom, everybody. You know who your friend really is when you say, hey, we need help moving. And this one man sitting next to me showed up. This is Harold Creech, and many of you know him. He taught for many years with Gary Capps with Bondservant Ministries. And so he's a man of God, man of faith.
And one of our very best friends in the whole world.
Awesome.
The choke up, y'all forgive me. But anyway, who do you know that you can call between the hour of 5 and 5:30 a.m. any day of the week and midrash the Torah,
life events.
What do you your
uncensored
items,
right?
His brother, when I first met him,
James and Abigail O'Hare. You can call them at 4:00 in the morning. They will be awake, and they will discuss any Torah portion, any Torah subject you want to.
Well, that's good to know.
Guaranteed. So if you asked, who can you call? You can call the O'Hares, period.
Baruch Hashem. That's awesome. Thank you, Mark.
And who was that mystery man?
Well, I want to say welcome, Harold. That is good to have you here with us this morning as well. What a blessing. What a blessing that is. And, of course, who was that just kind of showed up on the screen? Somebody that we hadn't seen around for a while, but we did get to see him last week. And I will bring in Mark David Smith. Good morning, Mark.
It's someone that you let be able to touch the controls. That's who this is. You know, that's once you give me access to the controls, it's all over with.
That's a great level of trust that we have in you.
It is. Uh-huh.
Well, good deal. And also joining me this morning from the great state of Texas, coming in from the Garden of Sandy.
What? The Garden of Sandy?
The Garden of Sandy. Yep, she was out back watering this morning. Good morning, my dear.
Good morning. Garden of Sandy.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, as opposed to the Garden of Eden. I don't know. There we go.
Gethsemane,
But hey,
lots
I
of
was
gardens.
praying for the bees, though. We had so many bees, and I didn't see one today.
not one. They got cold today.
Well, no, or yes, I told you. So, Father, if something can bring those bees in.
It's August and it was like 69 degrees yesterday.
Yeah,
In
it was
Texas.
63,
It was
62
63 here this morning.
this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're talking in the middle of the day.
yeah, it was the middle of the day.
Oh my!
That is something.
So
it's 78 here right now,
Oh, come on.
and it will be 96. It was 96 yesterday. So.
well, there we go. Hey, all right. So y'all ready? Y'all
Yes, sir.
prepared yourself for the
Amen.
these headlines from around the world, things that we don't have to censor on this network. All right, y'all ready for this? I'm going to bring this in, and of course,
And by the way, Bob, yes, this is live.
and this one is live. So these are funny headlines from around the world. Headlines you're not going to hear anywhere else, and you wonder what, where, what? They actually have headlines like that. Well, here's something. We live in interesting times where there's such great wisdom that arsenic in apple juice is a concern.
Arsenal.
That was it. That you waiting for the punchline? That was
Yeah, that was a punchline.
yeah. I think it would be a concern.
Whenever you put these out, I always watch Sandy's face. I want to know how Sandy responds. Is how I need to think, which perspective I need to look at what you say.
Okay. Well,
when she is stone face, it's kind of like not real sure about this one. But go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know, when you see the whites of her eyes and nothing else, then you know that I did a button. Which is
What
like,
are you talking about? Oh, you mean when I roll my eyes? Okay. We do deliverance, in our congregation. And when you said whites of the eyes, I'm like, oh, when we see that, that's usually something else we're looking at.
Yeah, truly.
What are you talking about? Okay, you need to clarify what you're trying to say.
right. Okay. Moving right along for another great headline. This is from a county called Anaconda, of all the different places. Strong wind blows fiddler off the roof. I'm like, okay, first off, why is he on the roof? But yeah, strong wind. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Okay. Probably named him Tevye, and he just figured I gotta just fall right into it. So it wasn't Tevye on the roof playing the fiddle, was it?
No,
it was Tevye. It was the guy on the roof, and Tevye was walking around. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
There you go. The guy, by the way, the guy's name was George Fiddler.
George.
Yeah, that's. I was waiting for Mark's. Mark usually gives us the story, the real story after the headline, but he didn't help me out yet. We got to wake you up, Mark.
That was the story behind it.
Okay. That was the story. How about this one? Archaeologist shoots dead rampaging polar bear.
Dead rampaging polar bear.
He shoots a dead rampaging polar bear.
Archaeologist shoots dead rampaging polar bear.
Or where's your emphasis on the syllable?
They did not use archaeologist shoots dead rampaging polar bear, or archaeologist shoots dead a rampaging polar bear.
That's where the comma is.
Yeah. So
there you go.
And of all things, archaeologists. Okay.
That's
why archaeologists need to carry a weapon.
They dig up dead bones and stuff, right?
Ask Indiana Jones.
Dead bones are.
Hey,
when you have bones, aren't you normally dead?
I have living bones in me.
Well, but if you're touching bones, I'm just saying.
All right. Okay.
Hey, I have a picture I want to share real quick. Okay.
All right.
This is what you call a polar bear eating vanilla ice cream in the snowstorm.
Very good.
Yeah, see, me and Tabby, we're like,
Okay. All right. So here's the next one. Hey, Mark, I thought of you when I saw this headline. I just thought of
just
you and
because you
the
were
traumas
thinking
that
of
you've
me
been going through in the last few
make
weeks,
fun
and so this comes from Great Britain. It's from the Argus. From the Argus, I guess that's a newspaper there.
Yeah.
Seagull stole my dentures.
Bummer. Real bummer.
Well, being an insurance adjuster, or insurance adjuster, you should appreciate that,
Yeah.
John. You really is that a story that they gave to their insurance adjuster that why they lost their dentures?
Well, should I insure my dentures then? I don't know. I should insure my dentures.
That might be worth it. I don't know,
Yeah,
especially if you're around a lot of seagulls. On the
yeah, I'm
coast.
around a lot of seagulls. You never can. I just can't imagine them coming right into my face.
The birds.
Hey.
I'm just trying to figure out if he, did he go to the beach and try
No more smiling on the
set him
beach.
off to the side?
That's what it was. Something. Probably he was probably close to a nude beach, and a nude woman walked by, and the bird
took everything off.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My brain, you never can know. My brain
okay, all right. So seagulls stole my.
I'll cut that part out.
How about? Okay, this is my last headline for the day. Before we get into the shower thoughts, which we need to get the promo for, we didn't do the promo.
Full promo.
The full promo, yeah.
Okay. Well.
Okay. All right. So moving along. So this is from the Limerick Leader. County Limerick Cemetery, a death trap.
I'm gonna follow it.
County Limerick Cemetery, a death trap.
Well,
Cemeteries usually are.
Yeah.
They're all just dying to get in there too.
And that's what they put on most gravestones is a limerick of some sort.
So
they'll never be able to get a headstone big enough for all the limericks I'd have. You'd have to create a monolith or something, and put all the limericks on that I want to have on it.
well,
I have a good limerick for my tombstone.
Yeah,
No greater sigh will heaven hear than when those pearly gates close behind Edward's rear. And I got to give Howard Pittman credit for that.
Oh, okay.
Because his testimony is where that came from.
Yeah, well, those kind of things you can own. It's all right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we ready to go into the next part here that we just, those shower thoughts?
You need a
Got it.
You need an intro, do you?
Get a
Sure
boom.
do. It'd be nice. I haven't figured out the toilet bowl brush in the shower, but it works.
Back brush. It's not a toilet bowl brush. It's a back brush.
Back scrubber. That's right. Don't you use the toilet bowl brush for a back scrubber? I thought everybody did. That's why I left that in there. I just thought everybody used the toilet bowl.
Oh, you're letting too many.
Mine's got a little wire brush on the back of it. It really works for me.
Man.
Too many secrets there, Mark. Too many secrets.
Oh.
So these are your weird and quirky shower thoughts. And for today, the thoughts that make you say, the ones that you come up with while you're soaking in that nice warm shower, and you're letting everything just wash away.
We get it, John.
All right. Okay, here we go. How about this? I'd love to know how the phrase, when the S hits the fan, came into being. with dates, names, and pictures.
Never thought about it, but I would too.
Okay.
And
just
yeah,
I do.
good
But
thing
I
you don't have Alan McGuire on here. He would have actually said the word.
I do know where that word came from, or at
You
least
do.
I do.
Okay.
They were bringing manure on board ship,
Manure
and
seed.
they had a problem with the methane outgassing and blowing the ship up. So they would mark the manure containers ship high in transit.
And then they said, that's too much to write, so let's just abbreviate
That's it. So they abbreviated it. You like that, huh?
That was really good. That was really good. There's your headline news for you.
I'm telling you, man.
only on the Monday morning edition of Let Us Reason
That's
Together.
right. And you'll only hear that on the Lamb Network. And that will be the title for today's shower thoughts, by the way. When
Well, I like how Bob Hall says here in the chat room, when the brownie hits the whirly is how the English say it. When the brownie hits the whirly.
That's good, Bob.
Oh, that's funny.
Bob's the best. I love it.
Do that one more time with your accent.
Right then. Hey, righty then. It's when the brownie hits the whirly.
I was in England for 3 years, and I never heard that. Never heard that.
Yeah,
It must be since the last 30 years.
There you go.
it's all in who you hang out with there, Tammy.
That's right. It depends if you're in the north or the south, right? Maybe that's how they say it in Liverpool or something. I don't know.
That's right. Well, Tammy, I would venture to say that there's a lot of things you never heard before you came on this show.
You're right. You're
It's only because you never hung out with the crowd
right.
before. So
We're becoming educated.
Well, you ain't seen nothing until you get to Sikko. So.
Oh boy.
By the way, I do want to mention this. We want to stay tuned. Y'all stay with us because Mark's got a clip from the past for us.
Oh,
how about
cool.
this next shower thought? Nobody hates Mondays. Just a lot of people hate their jobs.
That's
good. That's a fact.
And when you work for yourself, there is no such thing as a Monday. Every day is a Monday.
Truly.
That's true. I can understand that one. Okay. How about this one? The most important grammar rules I know sounds about right and sounds about wrong.
Sounds about good to me.
Is that the response that most people are supposed to give when somebody corrects your grammar? Sounds about right. Sounds about wrong.
I think that's what they say when they get the emphasis on the wrong syllable in the headlines out there. I don't know. That sounds about right. Okay. And by the way, I am not making fun of Southerners because I'm born in Texas. And so just so you know, I'm not making fun. I'm just, it just sounded better that way. But the people in the North, Northerners might crack up a little bit more about that. Sounds about right. Because they think anybody that has a Southern accent probably isn't just that all educated.
Sammy's got her mouth covered. That bothers me a lot.
I was reading some reasons of when the hits the fan, where the origin came from. And one said it was from a muck spreader. It started in the 1930s from an agricultural muck spreader. But another one, this is a ridiculous story. Okay, I'm going to say it. It's interrupting. It says, the expression, is related to and may well derive from an old joke. A man in a crowded bar needed to use the bathroom, but he couldn't find a bathroom, so he went upstairs and used a hole in the floor. Returning, he found everyone had gone except the bartender. Behind the bar when the man asked what had happened, the bartender replied, "Where were you when the?"
All right. Well,
That sounds
brother,
good.
it's real good to have you on the show today. I'm glad that you joined me.
Sandy's usually the straight one around here.
I was reading the other explanations of the reality of where it came from, but when I read that one, I couldn't.
That's
I had to
good.
stop myself from laughing.
Wow. And you know what's even crazier is that these are the exact things I think about when I'm in the shower. It's just all this kind of stuff is really what I think about when I'm in the shower.
Okay.
John, I really appreciate you bringing these things up.
Well, all I can say is, that's what email is for. You just give me my own show notes. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe the stuff off my eyes.
I'm telling you.
I
there a hole in
don't
the
know
ceiling?
where it came from, but there's something in my eyes after that last one.
Oh, mercy.
Oh my!
So with that said, I wonder what name my dog would choose for me.
I know what name we all chose for you.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what
Yeah,
name my
that
dog
would be.
If
I've
you
heard
guys
that.
don't know, the people on this network named him his grandpa name and everything else. Taz, Sparky Taz, y'all named him.
Yeah,
So
we did.
What would your dog
We
choose
did.
for you?
I don't know. Tell me, what do you think my dog would call me? I don't know.
Eddie and Tammy, I don't know if I've told you this before, but John and Sandy started off doing War Room. I mean, they've been doing this for, I don't even know
long
how many
time.
years out of the War Room. And what it was, and they still kind of do, is that they would start off with John telling a story that has happened the past week, things that happened to him. The craziest thing was Sandy had never heard the story. It was as new to Sandy as it was to every one of us out here in Radio Land listening to John tell the story. John would be telling us about lawnmowers and tasing himself and stuff, and Sandy would sit there and
He still does that, by the way.
That was half of the funny thing is that, or he'd get up in front of the congregation on Sabbath and tell the story, and Sandy was like, I had no idea, unless she had to bandage him up, and then of course
I usually have no idea.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it's that wife look that I get. What?
No, that's not it. It's more like,
You didn't tell me first? Well, I think I told you first the morning I tased myself. But
because you were coming out of the bathroom like that. Because it was right before War Room.
my arm really hurt. It hurt really bad. Okay, moving right along. This is totally off subject, but now we're talked about, what would my dog name me? Okay, how about this? Wild animals live in a continuous state of poverty.
According to who?
I
Wonder what the animals think we live in a state of.
I mean, they I don't know. I guess, whoever came up with this, wow, they're homeless. They don't have clothes, or
They have clothes.
they don't have food that's provided. Open the refrigerator. There it is. How did it get there? You don't have any of that stuff. They just exist.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know.
Let me share this real quick, if I may. Harold was with a missionary couple from Africa, and they take care of many homeless and just abused children in Zimbabwe, and they feed them out of their garden. And I say, Sandy, be thankful you do not live in Africa with your garden, because you know what they have to contend with there? They have to contend with hippopotami, coming in and rampaging, going. They can eat how many?
300 pounds of vegetables in a night.
300 pounds of vegetables in one night.
Whoa.
Then there's how do you
Whoa.
combat that? Especially since the their hippopotami are some of the most dangerous animals. How do you even?
What they say?
They have guards around the garden. They feed 800 meals a day out of their garden.
800 meals.
Wow.
And they have to guard them. Sometimes it's a bit precarious, but we serve a God who can keep out hippopotami. Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Whoa.
This is Zimbabwe. Okay. They run an orphanage in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
Well, here's another fact to go along with that. The hippopotamus is the most regular animal on the face of the earth. So.
Oh boy.
Is that goes
300
back to
pounds
the
in.
You eat that many vegetables in a day, I guarantee you'll be regular.
Let's keep the fans away from hippopotami.
Let him stick with his wiggly tail.
yeah, buddy.
Well,
Mercy.
well, I will say this: it wasn't a hippo, but it was a rhino. And when you get a warning when rhinos are about ready because they're tail flutters.
Oh,
Gosh.
you're talking about us going to the zoo.
We went to the zoo in Oklahoma City, and
Jonathan was young.
and there was a rhino there who turned his backside toward us and let one rip,
Oh my!
and his
goodness.
tail literally fluttered
It shook
in the
the-
breeze.
Wow.
From now on, when I post these on the website, I'm gonna put shower thoughts and then parenthetically useless information.
There you go.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Medicine,
So we need that every once in a while.
Amen.
Not
Sure.
completely useless information. Then how about that? Not completely useless information. There you go.
All right. Well, now that we're in the midst of the last days of summer,
Oh, don't even
how
say that.
people have been flocking to the beaches. They've been let out of their houses. They're getting sun. They're getting, their skin's tone is changing and all of that fun stuff. So here comes a thought for the day. Maybe Batman fights crime only at nights, because if he did it during the day, he'd get a funny tan line in his face.
You mean like the Lone Ranger?
Like the Lone Ranger. They would know who he was, right? Everybody would know, oh, that's Batman. Look at that thing.
Oh, I get it now. That was good. Yeah. That's a good one. I like it.
Oh, all right, then. Hey, so that's it for the shower thoughts today. However painful that might have been, maybe you had some fun, but we have to do that when we have so many things that are not so fun going on around us. It's nice to, step back and laugh a little bit. Mark, you got a clip for us?
Yeah, here, real quick. Let me share this one. Sandy will like this. Actually, Sandy and I have referred to this short few minutes on only visiting this planet. We have referred back to this about 1,000 times since then. So here is the original moment that caused it.
So
How many shows have we done together?
9,437.
There you go. There you go. It's
What?
new
what
every
about
day. It's new every time.
It better be.
Okay.
What's
Well,
up? Your toy? That's no toy. That. What's the that? I gotta figure. That is a Kraken. What?
Scratch its back. Try to do that.
Do that.
Scratch its back. Up.
Oh, scratch the Kraken.
There you go.
Now here, let me do it with this finger. What? Come on now. Oh, I got. See, I can't. There. Let's see. He didn't feel that one. So no, but you see, that isn't the only one. See, you're actually kind of missing the whole deal here because you can't see the whole thing. There's actually a Kraken alligator in. See, so I'm gonna get Sandy. And there's a Kraken turtle. See, you got yourself one Kraken turtle.
One big turtle comparatively.
Yeah, this is your. That's because they're Kraken turtles. Okay, it's a Kraken turtle, and then there's another octopus right there. See, that's it. That one's there. These are real. These are real Kraken animals there, and then you got your crustaceans. See, you got your. See, it's all about the Kraken crustaceans. What'd you say?
I said that's a Kraken lobster. That's bigger than all the rest. That would be pretty wicked.
Okay, now. Then you got the rubber Kraken crustacean there. So it's about as unkosher as you can get this morning. But I looked it up. There are no kosher Krakens. So there are none. I mean, they're not even mentioned in the Bible at all that you can eat a Kraken. So,
well, I just love the set. That's all I can say. You've got the luxurious white curtain and the.
Oh, you like?
Yeah. So you gonna do that every week? Set the set.
Oh, I guess. So you need to acclimate to come over to LambTube. Click on the link there in the middle of the page. Says click here to watch LambTube, and you come over here and watch Sandy and I. And
anyway, there's the story about the Kraken. So that's how the Kraken got started, and we went on to talk about how everybody has Krakens in their lives. So we have to come against those Krakens and kill them off. Anyway. Oh, look at there. John's got a Kraken. Oh, look at there.
Okay. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Okay.
So anyway, whenever you hear Sandy and I talk about the Krakens, that's where it came from. We used to have fun.
All right.
And then we did this show.
We are richly blessed to bring you what we believe is the fullest, most diverse, yet up-to-date progressive teachings, discussion, and prayer programming you can find anywhere on this planet. Be sure to take the tour of the MessianicLambRadio.com website. I'm Susan Hoogie, thanking you for joining us on the Messianic Lamb Video Network.